Hello everyone. On this day, it's about like 2 degrees outside. It's a beautiful snowy winter day, and right now I'm going to be filming something. And I'm just going to give my general thoughts once again. So, I've done stuff related to the Wolvers on this channel. I've done a lot of stuff related to the Wolvers here. I've told you about the history of Wolcadia. I've already covered the first episode to the history of America, and I'm going to cover much more. Don't think that this is going to stop. But the thing is, there's so much I haven't covered about the Wolvers and I feel that I currently don't have the technical know-how or capabilities to make some videos that I would very much like to make about the Wolvers. A lot of it is just me talking, or characters on one app, whatchamacallit, talking. And although they will be made professionally, they will be made well, I just have an issue with the way that some of these... Well, I just have a bit of an issue with... I just feel that they deserve much better technical know-how. If you have a PC and know how to make videos like that, yeah, please give me advice on how to make cool videos that I want to make in regards to the Wolvers. Now, one of the things so I've been pondering, well, now, what do I do about it? What do I do about my current lack of technical know-how? What do I do about making things better? In a sense, making videos, because I still want to make some videos. So I've decided, so as of recent, I've began coming up with a world, a completely new world, has nothing to do with the Wolvers, and I hope that you're interested in it as I am, and I will be talking about this fictional world known as the planet of Tethys, or the Wolvers, on a variety of bases. Again, there are things that I want to be able to do in the Wolvers that I do not have the technical ability for as of yet. So please, please, please give me advice. I want the ability to make some of these videos because a lot of them are cool, and I want at least the ability to have soundtrack beyond what I have for that Ace Attorney program. Write as myself. Create maybe more advanced maps with the ability to have characters in them. Whatever. I just want that ability. So, now I'm going to tell you a bit of an introduction to this world. And information on the planet of Tethys. Some of its inspiration, some of its foundations. Again, I don't have the technical know-how of the Templin Institute or whatever, but I hope you'll like it. So the planet of Tethys right now is actually not a planet. It is a plane of existence about 3 times the size of the Earth. Well, haven't really decided that, but just a plane of existence that is completely flat. Not flat as in there are no mountains, but flat as in this world does not operate by conventional understandings of physics, and flat earthers, for once, are right here. Are completely in the right. Now, there are two main cultures within this world, two main nations that have power. Well, before we get into them, I'll talk a little bit about the biosphere of the world. The biosphere is, so in this world, the sun sets and rises rises through clear pools of water on the opposite end of this planet. And people in this world gain and essentially the world is flat. So there are things that look like stars or planets, or say the moon or something, but it's not necessarily that. Heat comes from a series of volcanoes just south of the livable area, and that is generally how heat arrives in the world. So the further south you go, the warmer it gets. Further north you go, the colder it gets. And the equator is around like the temperate zone of this world. And where the sun shines, you can live. Without the sun, no photosynthesis, no life. Now, the world's biosphere is based on the Earth during the Carboniferous period. So, mostly jungles, slightly colder than our Earth, slightly cooler, a bit cooler, mostly made up of forests, jungles, lots of rainforests, lots of jungles. There are insects, a lot of them in this world. But the main thing is not necessarily that. The main thing is the life that exists and is living. The human life. Although there may or may not be non-human species. So these humans have cultures and nations akin to our own, actually. So there might be France or Germany or China or Russia in this world, but maybe not in the exact way they are now. So say France might be a random island down in the south. Saudi Arabia might be a jungle. Korea might be a torrid desert. Whatever. But the main thing is, and there might be fictional nations. So France might border another country called Azuria, and Azuria is not a real country in our world, but France is in this world. Now, what's the main type of events going on? Well, there's a Cold War. It's, well, really a series of wars, sometimes hot, sometimes cold, between the United Republic and the Holy Empire. The Holy Empire is an absolute monarchy based on religious values, whereas the United Republic is a liberal democracy based on humanist values, And so the main thing of this world, the main thing of this world is, which side will win, the Republic or the Empire. And I do have a bit of a history for it. For example, an old Cold War an old war on one of the main continents between the dwarves and the elves, leading to basically their extinction and the rise of humanity, with dwarves and elves probably no longer existing or retreating so far into the forest and mountains that they're basically very, very rare. An island built by dragons in the middle of nowhere that is now basically filled with a lot of agricultural farmland and fishing, and it's home to a very modest nation. And really only one mountain on it, which is rare geologically, but in this world it makes sense. But now there is the conflict between the Holy Empire and the United Republic. And essentially, this Cold War has been going on for about 50 to 100 years. There were times in which the Cold War accelerated into World War. And in the majority of these times, there were peace treaties. Some of them the Republic gained out of it. In others, the Empire gained out of it. But nothing conclusive has been done as of yet. And, nothing conclusive has been done as of yet. But it basically seems that the Republic has no real chance of winning against the Empire. Although back in the initial stage of the Cold War, the Republic was projected to win within a matter of 20 to 30 years after a color revolution in the Empire. Those dreams of a total Republican victory are now far behind us. And the Republic is immersed in a quagmire. As for the cultures of the Republic and Empire, the Empire is based on nations such as the Holy Roman Empire, the Russian Empire, the Spanish Empire, and the Byzantine Empire. Their languages and cultures consist of French, German, Greek, Russian, and Turkish, as well as generally the majority of European countries outside of Spain, Scandinavia, and Ireland, as well as the Ottomans, so Turkish, Arabian, and Japanese culture. Though I might just make Japan a smaller nation. Meanwhile, the Republic is similar. Meanwhile, the Republic is based on American, Hispanic, Scandinavian, East Asian minus Japanese, and Indian culture. I've already worked on some stuff in regards to the lore, but I will also be talking about what I add and what I develop for it. With the Wolvers, I mean to tell an epic chronicle almost akin to a history, whereas with this world I seek to primarily focus on one single period of time. This world shall be called Tethys, and that's my introduction to it. See ya. Bye-bye. It's damn cold. Alright. Yasha Yol.